Alright, well, hello, I'm Jarg, and welcome back to my Beginner's Basic Guide to Terraria. Last time, we just finished off with the underground jungle area, and in this one we're going to be dealing with the dungeon. However, my master cannot be summoned under the light of day. So, yeah, this guy says that stuff like about his master, and you cannot let him in until you free him of his curse, but you know what? He's just some crazy old coot. Who cares what he has to say? Let's just delve on in. Curse. There's nothing down here. Just one long passageway down. Fall damage is the most dangerous thing I got right now. Oh god! The Dungeon Guardian. Technically it can be killed, but it will stop you from going down. So, yeah. We have to get rid of that so-called curse to take care of that thing. Now, how do we do that? Well, one, we obviously have to come back at night. So, as my character lays in bed to let time pass real quick, and before I do a cut, this is the time to think about what you want to do for this fight, because we're going to have a boss fight on our hands. So, what you want to do? I have not taken us down to the underworld yet, so I don't have the most protective in terms of defense armor, or the best melee, but, I mean, that's fine. For this boss fight, we're probably going to want range. So, if you're going for, like, a range armor set, the best thing you got for that is going to be the fossil armor. But, I mean, I don't know. What's it, like 20% reduction on ammo is not too bad, but I don't know if you want to use that. Perhaps something magic-based would be good. The meteor armor with the space gun is not a bad option, considering with that combination, you're not wasting any ammo. Plus, the space gun is a pretty good damage dealer. If you don't want that, or perhaps you have like another magic item in mind, perhaps you could just go with the jungle armor / the ancient kobold's armor. That's also not a bad one to have. Or let's say you don't have any of those, you can just go for one of the many metal armors that are out and about. I, for one, am going to be doing this with the bee gear that I got from fighting Queen Bee. With that, I can spawn up to 3 minions to help fight with me. The bees are not the best summon they get, but I mean, they're not bad either. So I'm going to be focusing on using the bees, alongside the fact I'm also planning on using, this might seem a bit odd, a yo-yo. I'm going to be fighting the boss with a yo-yo and bees. That is my plan. Either way, if we go over here and talk to him, you might just be strong enough to free me from my curse. Stranger, do you possess the strength to defeat my master? Please battle my captor and free me, I beg you. Curse? Say hello to the boss, Skeletron. Now, you may notice I have done a bit of work in between episodes, building this little arena. So, Skeletron, as you can see, he is a head with 2 hands. Now, the HP pool is mostly focused on the head, which is the main thing you need to really worry about. However, we can get rid of the hands, meaning this guy is not going to be as big of a threat. Now, with minions, as you can see, they go out and about. If I had a whip, I could tell them to focus on one particular body piece or another. However, I'm not too worried about them, and I'm just letting them do their thing for right now. The way that command the minions a little bit better is by using a whip, which we could have crafted a couple of them, and I think even the, what's her name? Zoologist might even sell you a whip. But for the most part, this is going pretty well. All things considered. To the point, I have to say, I feel a little bit bad for Skeletron there. Defeated by bees and a yo-yo. So yeah, that might have been shown off here. This arena was definitely helpful, but maybe a bit overkill. But I mean, I have no problems keeping this thing. Also, I wasn't even fully prepared with this thing. I forgot to put down the hot lantern just to make it all perfect. But either way, with Skeletron defeated, the old man is gone. He'll technically return, but in a different form. With him gone, the dungeon is now available to us. So, let's delve on down and start to explore. And also, just a heads up, I still have not had a freaking blood moon happen yet. I don't know what are the odds of that one. So as we're going down and about, one thing to keep an eye on are books. This may sound odd, yes. These books can be useful because some of these books are actually magic-based. And I don't know if this changed between updates or whatnot, but there used to be... I know from previous worlds that I have seen books spawn up at the top. And if you're very lucky, one of these books could be the magic book I'm looking for, known as... I believe it's called the Water... Oh, shoot. I can't even think of the name now. I want to say Water Thorn, but that's not it. Waterbolt, I think that's the proper term. Which is a very good magic item if I could get the chance to find it. But yes, this place, we're gonna find skeletons out and about in here. Kind of fitting, I guess, considering the boss going to this place is called Skeletron. But there's a lot more that we can find down here than just skeletons and potential magic book. There's a lot of good items that can be found down here. However, a lot of danger as well. You may have noticed we got these spikes up on the wall. I haven't actually talked about them yet. If we touch them, they hurt. That was 57 damage from one of them, from just touching that once. However, we can pick them up and put them in our inventory. They can be placed. I don't think they deal any damage to enemies, so they're mostly just a danger to us. But you can get rid of them so that they don't hurt you. One thing to keep in mind, though, the enemies down here will drop you bones. Bit of an odd item to get, but they do have a use. Well, uses, if I'm going to be precise. Also, yeah, this place is going to be filled with traps just like this thing I just fell right down. Also, you may notice I upgraded my grappling hook. Also, yeah, be careful. Oh, that trick down there. Wasn't sure if there was something good. Woo! Yeah, what was that I was just saying? This place wants you dead. One thing I have not talked about yet, but you may have noticed, are these blue candles. Water candles. Having one of them will increase the spawn rate of enemies in the area, which, if you're going for, like, a sort of grinding location, it's not a bad thing to have. Like, if you want to fight more Eyes of Cthulhu, having that out to spawn more of the eyeballs is not a bad thing to have. And, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, those breakable blocks that can be broken by the pickaxe... There we go, Water Bolt. Not a fan of those. Those were not in the original game. They were one thing that got added as the game went on, and... Personally, not a fan. Okay, here's one thing I've been looking for. This is a golden chest. Well, what's so special about that? Well, this one's locked. This one's gonna need a key, and how that works is that enemies have a chance of dropping you a key, but there is one enemy that I believe is always guaranteed to give you a key, and that is the slime of this location, if we can ever find him. Also, beware, they're all booby traps, like that spiky ball that's just going out and about. Did I mention that I love hover boots? Because I kind of like hover boots. Oh yeah, if you have the jungle whip, this actually makes traversing all this a lot easier. Just because I'm not worried about potentially falling. Plus, I get to actually get everything. There we go! That big guy right there, the dungeon slime. He will always give you a key as far as I can tell. So we definitely want to fight him. Back! Back, you freaks! So, unfortunately, I guess this dungeon goes by the idea of Zelda wolves. The key will only The key will only work for one door. Every time we use a key, we lose it. So just keep that in mind as we're going out and about in the dungeon. Okay, careful now. So there we go. I took the key, I used the key, and now it's gone. However, this one, a shadow key, will open up all shadow chests and obsidian locked boxes. This is a permanent key. We'll want that for later on when we explore the underground. Another magic item, the magic missile, which I believe if anyone has played Dungeons & Dragons, you'll understand that one. However, this one works, it follows the cursor until it hits something. Also a free light source. It's obviously not a bad magic weapon to have. Also a thing to keep an eye out are the potions that are just outlying about. You can just get free healing and free magic potions just by these things. And yeah, I think I'm gonna go out and about, because I'm pretty sure you get the general gist of this location now. I'm gonna be out and about. If I find anything new from the chest and whatnot, or a new enemy, or maybe something I didn't talk about yet, I'll be back. Actually, before I do that, we got this thing real quick. Alchemy table. It is for crafting potions, and when you use the alchemy table, you have a chance of not using up whatever ingredients you were using to craft the potion. So, even though I haven't gone big on potions yet myself, it is still a good item to have nonetheless. Alright, here we go. Here's something new. Ow. This right here is a chest. Well, that's nothing new. It is locked. That's also not new. It's locked with a special key. This one being a desert key. You're gonna find a bunch of chests like this down here as well. They are gonna be biome-specific chests that can only be opened up by a biome-specific key. Now, we won't get these keys until later on, and that's assuming you're lucky, because the drop chance for them are very rare. But that's another thing just to keep an eye out for and keep in mind for later on. Okay, I got a couple of things right here. One is that golden keys can actually be found in normal chests just lying out and about in the dungeon. I can just get that real quick. Let's get that out of here. Second thing off is another NPC that can be found down here. A bound mechanic. Thanks, it was just a matter of time before I ended up like the rest of these skeletons down here. She will sell you stuff such as wire and wrenches and pliers, so we can actually start using those traps and whatnot that we found anywhere we want. And yeah, I'm not going to worry about her too much right now. Also, teleporters, very nice thing to have, I'm just going to say that right now. And yeah, she'll just go out and about in the world, but now that I got 2 keys, let's see what we got. Chest number 1 is the Blue Moon. Not really a big fan of that weapon style. Bone Welder, special crafting, it's just for making bone crafts. Take it or leave it, really, if you ask me. And these guys will leave me alone for a minute. Chest number 2. The Aqua Scepter. Okay, another magical item. So, how this works is that it sprays water out in an area using your magic. Not a bad item, but not one of the other many items. Well, not one of the few items I'm really looking for. Oh, well, I'm going out and about down here. We got a Clother who showed up. He shows up when you have actually defeated Skeletron. He is the guy that is cursed, essentially coming back and being uncursed. Here's one of the items I've been looking for. A Cobalt Shield. Grants you immunity to the knockback, as well as +1 to my defense. I'm going to be combining this thing with my Obsidian Skull when we get back to base. It's one of those few things. Is it the most important thing? No. Is it something I like? Yes, especially considering what it can be crafted into later on. It is something I definitely want. Ooh, here's another thing we can get down here. Another, maybe not rare item, but another item I definitely want. The Tally Counter. So how this works is that it works like the other guys over there. We can actually have it on our person rather than having it equipped. And it'll tell us how many of said creature we have defeated. It only works with the last creature you have defeated. It's not all that important, really. I just want it for crafting purposes. But yeah, if you're curious about how many you have killed, / how many you need until you can get, / you're like, oh man, how many more until I get a banner so I can make killing these guys easier. That's the best way of figuring that out. Oh my god, a third one of these. Thank you. I really like this world. Hello? I didn't know you could find mimics down here. What? That's not an old chest. It's obviously moving. What? What? I'm so confused right now. This is new to me. God dang it, apparently I need a key or something like that. Also, while I'm back, this thing, if I... Bewitch, increase the maximum number of minions by 1. I'm so confused. I thought there was a mimic, but it... What is that? Okay, I got a golden key. Is that what you wanted? Hello? It's... What? I'm so confused on that one. I have to look this up. What is this? What is this? Oh, I kind of wish I still had the key, to be honest. Alright, so... I think we've gotten more or less... I think we more or less got an idea of what to expect down there. I still have to go back down because there's a lot I'm missing. The key thing I am looking for down there is, if I can talk to you real quick. Actually, I don't have the item I'm looking for. Shoot. There is an item in the dungeon that I am looking for. It is a blade, and if I can get to the right section... It is a blade that goes alongside the leaf blade that you can get from that you can craft from the jungle, and the Lightsbane or the whatever the other item was from the Crimson. That is the Muramasa, which is a good sword, as it is fast. It comes with the auto swing, so you don't even need a Feral Claw to like keep swinging it. And it is needed to make... Sorry, let's put you back. It is needed to make, I believe it's called what? The Terror Blade? Sorry, the Knight's Edge. It is needed to make the Knight's Edge, which is a very powerful sword. You can see, actually it has the same... Really, it has the same... Huh. That's odd. I think that would be a little bit more powerful than whatever the greatest sword on this, or whatever. Yeah, it is needed to make a sword for later on, and that sword will be more useful for us even later on. So I'm gonna be looking for stuff off camera because, well, this hasn't been a long episode, but I mean, all I'm doing right now after I got down here is I'm just trying to find keys. So for a small world, this is a small dungeon, and I have seen larger worlds with larger dungeons being much grander in scale than this. So I'm just waiting to find the right enemies to spawn, to drop me keys and whatnot. So that's what I'll be doing in between episodes. Until then, if you happen to get one of yourself one of the spawning things, I would say definitely bring that to your house, because having that and, say, the grindstone, it's not a bad thing to have. As well as... Where are you? The alchemy table. Again, is it going to be necessary? No. Is it nice to have? Yes. Do I have space for this right now? Definitely not. So I'll have to figure that out later on. Actually, I can just put it over. Yeah. Either way, I hope you have yourself a fantastic day. If you have any questions, or maybe you have some issues going on in your Terraria world, I say feel free to ask. Also, I forgot, because we now got bones, we actually have the last thing to craft. Well, actually, with the bones, we can craft a couple of different things, I should say, before anything else. So we see we got Titan Potion, Fertilizer, which causes trees to grow. We can make new armor all the way down here, the Necro Armor, which is, I would say, your next step up in terms of range armor, going from the Fossil. Some vanity stuff. But most important, I would say, is probably going to be the Void Bag and the Void Vault. We just needed the bones, the jungle sports, which we get from the jungle, and either tissue sample or shadow scales that we can get from the thing. So with that, we have everything we need to actually get that out and going. And I mean, if you want some bone crafts, well, you know how they make them. So yeah, that might be something else I do off camera. So I am Jarg, signing out. Have yourself a good one. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And also, the bones can be thrown. And I don't know how that ended after this.